Hi there, YouTube friends. This is Lester here, and I am going to give you guys a review on the Almazan knife 1 year later. My very first successful YouTube video was an Almazan knife review that I did in February of 2018. We're now here in April of 2019, and I am happy to give a 1 year review on the Almazan knife that I purchased from almazanKnives.com. Now, Almazan Kitchen and almazanKnives.com are not related to each other whatsoever. They're both overcharging for a knife in their own special way. So there's definitely no connection between the guys from Almazan Kitchen or the website almazanKnives.com. Almazan Kitchen is a YouTube channel that I thoroughly enjoy, and I think every human being should subscribe to. It's great. Those guys are doing a great job, but they do offer a knife that they sell through their Facebook page, and it's like approximately $300. It's crazy ridiculous, and it always will be. So I guess almazanKnives.com started up from somewhere, and they sell this knife with the sheath that you see here. You can get, well, what I paid was $89. I got the knife and the sheath shipped for $89 to my door. And 1 year later, I'm still really happy with it. I want to talk about it a little bit. I want to tell you exactly what I use it for, if I've had any issues with it. Also, a couple little housekeeping items from my original video. The guys from Almazan Kitchen, as I have been corrected in the comments section in my first video review of the Almazan knife, these guys are from Serbia. They're not from Spain. So the Almazan Kitchen guys are from Serbia. I have great doubt about where and how the knife they're selling was made, where it was made, how it was made. I have great doubts about all of that. But what I can tell you is the knife that I have underneath me here is still a pretty good knife that I got from almazanKnives.com, not Almazan Kitchen, again, and that's two totally separate things. So, the knife. What can I tell you about this knife? Do I think it's beautiful? Yeah, I think it's beautiful. But do I think that two burly guys sweat over an anvil for hours and hours, spreading out the metal to shape this knife into the shape that it is? Hell no. No way. Okay. What I do think is it's pretty decent metal, and I'm not an expert on knives or metal, but it's a good possibility this may have been a large piece of metal maybe was used, and then I guess maybe this shape was cut out, and then maybe this was put into a fire and hammered to give the look, and then it was sharpened and it had a handle put on it. And is that $89? Yeah, that's a stretch. I figure the shipping was free. It was, if you put this in a flat rate envelope from USPS and shipped it out on your own, you'd probably pay $8 for that. The handle is real wood, and you got to imagine it took some skill and some craftsmanship to shape this handle. It took some time and effort to cut the shape of the knife out, to sharpen the knife, and to give it the look, to set these pins and have everything right. So there's definitely labor that went into this. This isn't something that just came off of an assembly line. This was handmade. So does that justify $89? I guess. I think it's a stretch. I think if you went on eBay, you could find the same knife cheaper. I think if you went on eBay with $89 of your money, you could find a hell of a nice buck knife or some other type of knife that's really awesome. So you know, there's a lot of competition out there for our money in the knife world. Okay. So I think 89 bucks, you know, I'm glad I didn't get burned and spend 300 bucks buying from the Almazan guys. But 89 bucks I can justify for myself, 89 bucks. So over the last year, this knife is definitely handy. It feels really good in my hand. That's so important, you know. It's a tool. It's going to be in your hands. The handle feels good. It doesn't feel too big. It doesn't feel too small. And it's comfortable. And I can wield the knife how I need to. Good knife. I had it sharpened once, as I talked about in my first video, at Frank's Cutlery in Towson. Knife, I've ran across a leather strop a few times, and that's it. It's still super sharp. I use this knife when I'm cutting onions, green peppers, and tomatoes. Those are main vegetables that I eat in my kitchen. And I'm always so glad to have this knife, because after I cut my vegetables, I can scoop it up and put it in the frying pan. So I really like that it's big and wide like that. And I love using it when I cook steak, because I cut my steak with this, and it glides through really thick ribeye steaks, all kinds of different cuts of steaks. This thing glides right through, no problem. I can still dice vegetables really fine with it, and I can, you know, cut tomatoes really thin with it. It's a good worker. It's a good knife. You know, $89. It's a stretch, but hey, you get a sheath with it. You got to imagine the time it took to make the sheath. Oh, look, there, my old video. It just started playing. Yeah, there's the original video, if you guys want to check that out. It did really well. 11,279 views since February of 2018. 93 people liked it. Hey, that's great. It's way better than thumbs down. So, but yeah, the knife, back to the knife. The sheath, right? Look at the stitching, the leather. Somebody had to cut that out. Somebody had to stitch that together with a machine and put all the hardware on there. You see that? That took some time. So you're getting the sheath, you're getting the knife. There was time put into it. It got shipped to you. $89. It's a stretch. I think I could have done a little bit better, but it's not that overblown. It's definitely not the $300 that you would have spent through the Almazan Kitchen. Sorry. Not a good deal there. Anyway, the knife is nice and heavy. I like the heaviness to it. This was the Bushcraft version. You can see it's thick. I brought it to a guy, brought the edge down, made the edge real sharp and real nice. Frank's Cutlery, Towson, Maryland. Frank is a nice guy, and he did a good job on my knife here. 1 year later, no rust. I wipe it off after I use it. I don't get crazy with soap and stuff. I just kind of just wipe it off with a wet rag, and then I put it back in the sheath. And the handle is totally solid and fine. It's just like the day I got it. And I do use it a lot, so I'm, you know, it's getting a lot of use. So for me, it's justified what I spent on it. I just think I could have done a little bit better. I don't like that the pins are a little uneven. I think this pin right here needed to be over here just a little bit. So it just goes to show it was handmade. It was this one looked like it was made in a little bit of a hurry, but it's all good. I love it. I still love the knives. I still think it's a good buy. It's a little bit of a stretch, but if you can't find it anywhere else, AlmazanKnives.com. I think it wouldn't be too bad to go on there and spend the money and spend the 89 bucks for it. You know, unless you can find a better deal on it. Well, anyway, thanks for checking out this video. It's just a one take. I tried to do this one in one take, but I think I'm going to have to do a little bit of editing. Yeah. The Almazan knife from almazanKnives.com. Still a good knife. You might be able to find it out there a little bit cheaper, but it's still a darn good knife. It feels darn good in my hand. It's got good weight to it. I still like it, and I think it's just cool. So if you don't think you can find it cheaper out there, you know, then Almazan Knives is most likely the best way to go. Would appreciate a like, and a subscribe would be out of this world. Thanks for checking out the video, and good luck on your knife shopping, and I hope you find the best deal for you. Peace. Take care. Bye-bye.